For under 80,000 ringgit, you could buy a brand new Perodua Ativa. It has a lot of cool features, plenty of safety tech, it's a new platform, and it has a turbo engine. But there's another option. Here is a 2015 used Honda HR-V, which is actually my car. If you're a family person and you have 2 kids, which do you go for? Let's go and find out.
Download the official WapCar app on Apple App Store and Google Play Store now.
Starting with the exterior of the Ativa, it is very edgy, funky, and very extrovert. In our time owning this car, many people have told us this looks like a mini Countryman. I don't really see it. To me, it looks more like a mini Toyota RAV4. And the highlight of the front end is this LED headlamps. It is fully adaptive with driving beam, auto high beam, and when you turn the wheel, it even lights up. Even the fog lamps are LED. To top it all off, dynamic indicators. Pretty neat. Like the HR-V, the Ativa comes with 17-inch wheels, and also like the HR-V, the rims are finished in dual tone color. Viewed from the side, the HR-V with its hidden rear door handles looks very coupe-ish. It's very slippery and sleek and very pleasing to the eye. With the Ativa, you get a more traditional SUV profile. It is very upright and rugged, and that's no bad thing. When this Honda HR-V was launched in 2015, this V-Spec model cost 118,000 ringgit. Now, you can pick one up for about 63,000 to 80,000 ringgit, depending on condition. At the front, V-Spec models get LED headlamps, although they are not as advanced as the ones in the Ativa. 2015 V-Spec models also got 16-inch wheels as standard, but I have since upgraded it to the 5-spoke 17-inch ones that the later models got. Moving on to the rear door, there's this very sleek door handle that looks hidden. Although as a family SUV, kids might find it a bit difficult to reach. Right, the Ativa's boot space. How big is it? It is considerably less than the HR-V, at a maximum of 369 litres. Why do I say maximum? The floor of the Ativa's boot, you can raise it for a flat loading bay, but if you want maximum boot volume, 369 litres, leave it at its lowest setting. Anyhow, this load lip is rather high and the aperture is quite narrow. Let me give you a visual representation. Right, with me I have a luggage bag. Look, I have to raise it quite high to load it into the boot. And you look at the space between, not a lot, is it? Moving on to the rear quarters, the boot space of the HR-V, which is what everyone wants to know. It is a massive 437 litres. Up till the Corolla Cross, which has 440, this was the class-leading boot space. Even then, compared to the Corolla Cross, this has more usable space and is better laid out. Right? It has a low load lip and a really wide aperture, so loading things is really a breeze. Let me show you. Look at the space. It's really wide, really practical, this interior. Right, jumping into the interior of the Ativa, well, this being the newer car of the two, obviously the design of the cabin is a bit more modern, it's a bit more stylish. Yeah, it has a floating infotainment touchscreen and also a fully digital instrument panel. All looks very swanky, but it takes a bit of learning curve to understand what does what in here, right? Build quality, very good. You won't call it premium, but every modern amenity that you want in this cabin, you will find. Jumping into the rear seat of the Ativa, let's talk about space. The front seat is set to my usual driving position, and I'm 176 cm tall. Legroom, using our scientific testing method, 2 tennis balls. Headroom, 1 tennis ball's worth, right? In terms of comfort, the seating position is a little bit upright and the thigh support is a bit lacking. So for long distance journeys, might not be the best, right? But you get charging ports here, but no rear air vents. Jumping into the HRV's interior, instantly this feels like a very familiar cabin. There is zero learning curve, and you do feel that everything is a bit higher quality than the Ativa. The materials feels a bit higher quality here, more plush than the Ativa. This car remains a lesson in interior packaging. Everywhere you look, there is storage solutions. It's brilliant, right? Center armrest, adjustable, reveals even more storage. Fantastic, right? Electronic parking brake with auto hold, very convenient when driving in town. Right, going to the back seat. This is my driving position in front. I'm 176 cm tall, and let's talk about legroom. Well, 3 tennis balls. Headroom, 1 tennis ball. Plenty of space, and the comfort of the seat, well, I would say this is a league above the Ativa. The thigh support is really good, and when you are seated here, you feel it's more corseting, it's more comfortable. It's gonna be great for long distance drives. In terms of amenities, well, the door bins on the side, well, it's even smaller than the Ativa, which is odd. And here, there's also no rear aircon vents. There's a cup holder there, and no charging ports as well. So both the HRV and Ativa can tumble down their seats like this, right? But the trick that is specific to the HRV are the Ultra seats. What do I mean by Ultra seats? You can fold this seat upwards, creating more storage space for anything. For example, more luggage. This is wonderful, wonderful. The thing that you really notice about the Ativa when you drive it is how punchy the performance is. This little 1 liter turbo 3-cylinder is a ball of energy. And the transmission, it makes really good use of all the torque that's available. From 2,000-3,000 RPM, you just feel the car surge ahead. So instantly, when you want to join traffic, you just squeeze the throttle and the transmission responds, and the engine just gives the torque to you. In day-to-day city driving, traffic situations, it's a very pleasing feeling. Not all CVTs are calibrated like this, but the Ativa is. It's wonderful. It's a great nippy little car. And the best part, you pay 20 ringgit in road tax every year. 20 ringgit. That's a fraction of the HRV's road tax cost. And that's the price of a McDonald's meal right there. So far, I've sang praises about the car, but is there anything I don't like in the driving experience? When you cruise at higher speeds, the gearing is not as relaxed as a CVT should be. So over long distance, it might become tiring, this car. It's decent, but is it better than HRV? I don't think so. Well, in the ride and handling department, how does this Ativa fare? Well, it has a new platform, and that has given this Ativa ride and handling characteristics that are the best of any Perodua currently on sale, right? It rides with this comfort that its other siblings do not have, right? It is very easy to live with. You know, it's not like magic carpet or anything, but day to day, you have no complaints about this. So from the driver's seat of the HRV, well, first things first, the driving position of this car is better than the Ativa. Definitely. That is because you can adjust for rake and reach in this car, right? So you get more adjustment options in this car. So even as you start moving off in the car, the HRV feels like it has a more relaxed gait, a more relaxed personality. You know, the ride comfort is good. It's in fact more comfortable than the Ativa, right? The powertrain, the engine is really smooth, right? In the finest Honda traditions. And the CVT, while it's not as responsive as the Ativa, right? But it's geared towards delivering smoothness, right? This car is all about the smoothness, you know, and on the move, it feels very refined. It feels very polished. So in terms of safety, both cars are equipped with 6 airbags, ABS, and the requisite traction and stability controls. What this car loses out to the Ativa is the complete lack of ADAS. Doesn't have blind spot monitors even, right? Not even parking sensors at the front. So, but that's understandable for a car that came out in 2015, right? But in these days, ADAS is a big deal. So even at higher speeds, the HRV feels more refined. You see, even when I'm gunning the engine, well, it takes a bit longer to get up to speed, but the wind noise, the tire noise, they're all better suppressed in this car. No doubt, this car is better for long journeys. And the gearing, again, like I said, it's geared towards low RPMs even at higher speeds. So over a long distance drive, this is the better car. It's more comfortable, it's more refined, and it's just a very soothing car to do miles in. So in closing, which of these two cars should you choose? Well, I think the most compelling reason to choose an Ativa is because it comes new with a 5-year, 150,000 km warranty, right? So you get a headache-free ownership experience. Anything goes wrong, just bring it to the service center and it will be sorted out for you. Like our recent experience with Perodua Service Center in Sungai Penchala regarding our rattling noise, right? With the HRV, well, this car is now out of warranty, so if anything goes wrong, you have to fork out money for it. For example, you can change bushings, mounts, brake pads, tires. For example, a set of tires in this car will cost 1,003 to 1,004 ringgit, depending on what tires you choose. All being said, the Perodua Ativa is a compelling choice. For the money, you get a lot of car. You get a turbocharged engine, you get plenty of specs. It's a fantastic deal for the money. You can't go wrong with it. But the family man in me would still plumb for a used Honda HRV. It's comfortable, it's plush, it's refined, and it's spacious, right? So I'll probably swallow the slightly higher living costs, but this is the one I'll pick. As always, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. This is Jason from WapCar.my. Subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.